Gotta go now, gotta go. Swerving in my whip, can't slow down. Driving fast with cars, boy, I'm on the road now. Automatic star, my fit take a cold now.
Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the Royale Session Central. I'm the Nigerian Nemesis, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the huge balance changes that have finally been announced by the official Clash Royale Twitter page earlier this morning while I was still asleep. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about the balance changes, and they are finally here, and they will be effective very, very soon. I believe it is in a couple of days. I've completely lost track of what day it is right now, but we will get into more of that in just a second. But these are some of the cards that will be affected. There are a couple of more cards affected in this balance changes, and there are also a little bit, kind of tweaks going on with certain cards in very rare situations that do happen in Clash Royale. But before we do hop into any of that, I do have two very quick announcements. The first one is giveaways. I know you guys want me to be doing giveaways as well, so if you do want to be entered into giveaways, make sure you do enter my Discord. The link for that is in the description below. And my second announcement is about Fortnite. A lot of you guys have been asking me, where are the Fortnite streams? Where have they gone? I know it's very difficult for you guys to get a third application with LiveMe, so if you do want to see me play some more Fortnite, because I have been playing that a lot and I've gotten really, really good at the game, at least for me personally. If you guys saw me when I very first started, I was terrible, but now I'm pretty good at the game. I've actually have a second YouTube channel. The link for that is also in the description down below, where I stream Fortnite. It could depend. I think I'm going to try and do that daily, so if you guys do want to help out there and support there, make sure you do subscribe to my second channel. I haven't actually thought of a permanent name for it yet. Right now it's like Dark Horse. I might go with Nigerian Nemesis Black. I don't know. We're going to figure that out in the next couple of weeks. So if you guys are interested in any of those, make sure you do check it out. But now, without further ado, let's go ahead and check out these stats for the new balance changes in April. Alright, boys, so I finally figured out that today is Friday, April 20th, so the balance update is coming on April 24th in just 4 days. I think that's actually 5 days. I always get that back. I have no idea, dude. 4 days, let's go with that. But here are the official nodes that are coming in with Clash Royale. The way we approach the card balance in Clash Royale is a combination of playtesting, listening to the community, and looking at the stats. You can expect regular balance updates to keep gameplay fine-tuned and as fun as possible. In this balance update, we're taking a look at the Dark Prince, Spear Goblins, Barbarian Barrel, and a lot more. So here are the different cards getting updated, guys. The first one, the Dark Prince, shield points going down by 25%. The last balance update made the Dark Prince faster and a bit tougher to deal with, maybe a bit too much. With reduced shield points, it'll require less damage to knock off the Dark Prince's shield, allowing for faster counterplays against him. I don't think that this nerf will actually kill the Dark Prince. It's still a very good card, and usually when someone goes to pop off the Dark Prince's shield, they usually go about it with, like, let's say a very drastic fireball, maybe a drastic rocket if they're trying to like hit everything together, or usually maybe even like a log and allow the Princess Tower to take it down. I think the log before knocked it back and the tower took care of it anyways. I could be wrong, but either way it should happen now, so I guess that's a pretty good tone down on the Dark Prince, because it was in a lot of decks with the double Prince decks and like the 3 Musketeers, so pretty good nerf there. The Spear Goblins, which affects the Spear Goblins, Goblin Gang, and the Goblin Hut, hit speed has been reduced from 1.1 seconds to 1.2. All 3 cards that feature Spear Goblins have a heavy and punishing presence in the different metas, increasing their hit speed. Whoa. It should be decreasing their hit speed, should scale back their versatile usage just a little bit. So people have been talking about Spear Goblins, saying they're really, really strong, and I know those hut decks are annoying to deal with because they have that constant damage coming. And even in, like they said, even in like Spear Goblins and the Goblin Gang, all these bait decks in this bait meta have become very difficult to deal with. So I don't know how this is going to affect it. It should tone it down a little bit. I'm pretty happy about that. You know, bait decks are hard to use and hard to counter sometimes, so maybe you guys will be happy about that one too. The next card that's up to be balanced is the Barbarian Barrel. The range is now going from 6.5 to 7. Our barrel-loving Barbarian hasn't quite found his place within the arena yet. Increasing range makes him a bit more reliable at hitting targets and also brings the brave Barbarian closer to towers. If a tower is down, however, he'll now be able to reach the king, provided better opportunities to secure the 3 crown victories. So this right here is interesting. I think the range should be increased from 7 to 11. Honestly, make the Barbarian Barrel amazing as far as the troops he can hit, because it's still, 3 elixir. kind of hard to use it over the log. I can see why, you know, you get the extra barbarian, the extra tank, maybe in a bait deck, but I want to see that range go even further. I might be crazy. We'll see. Maybe 7 is enough. We'll see once these balance changes do hit the arena, and maybe we start play testing with some barbarian barrels. The knight is actually gaining 3% in hit points here. Even after the last balance update, the knight is still a versatile and popular choice, but a small increase in hit points should put him in a good spot for top level play as well. Yeah, they nerfed him pretty hard, so these 3% hit points are going to bring him back. I used to use the Knight in my Expo deck, but now I currently use the Ice Golem, so I don't know if I'll continue using the Ice Golem or switch over to the Knight. I don't know. We'll see in some ladder pushing videos. The Dark Goblin's damage has now increased by 3%. The Dark Goblin's unique and fast-paced gameplay has struggled to find a solid place within the different metas. However, now that he exclusively chooses Double Trouble Gum, he's able to blow darts a bit harder, dealing more damage and even two-shotting minions. That's a pretty big game changer. It doesn't really change, you know, how the Dark Goblin dies or anything like that, so I don't think it's going to be overused now. People are going to try and figure that card out for bait decks, but I still don't think that I'll be using the Dark Goblin. We'll see how that works out. I've got to use a log bait deck, obviously. You don't want to drop the Dark Goblin off, opponent has a counter, and then they literally don't have to use the log for anything else. The Ice Spirit, actually, the area damage is going down by 4%, and the freeze duration is getting reduced. This is what I think a lot of people have been asking for. The Ice Spirit is a fun and difficult card to master with a whopping cost of 1 elixir, plus its versatile advantage. There's no question to why it was highly present in top level play. Adjusting area damage and freeze duration should scale it back just enough to keep it competitive while toning down its tremendous value a notch. So yeah, the Ice Spirit's really good for 1 elixir. It's been toned down. I believe this is the second time. Before it used to have like a freeze of like 2 seconds, and I think the area damage was even bigger. So this will help out, you know, when you have your minion horde coming in and the Ice Spirit hits all of them. I don't know if that even still happens. I think it's actually 4 this time. Maybe it's gonna go down to like 3 minions hit. I don't know. We're gonna see. But the Ice Spirit getting toned down, and even that freeze duration going from 1.5 to 1 second is going to be pretty big as well. I'm not going to be able to hold troops back like that on defense, so we're going to see how that affects the Ice Spirit entirely. The Skeleton Barrel, actually, skeleton count going from 6 to 7. I think this one is a pretty big, you know, buff to the Skeleton Barrel. Even having just 1 extra skeleton does tremendous damage, but I do think it's needed because it has fell out of the meta. The Skeleton Barrel offers the opportunity for different gameplay situations, troop combinations, and counterplays. Adding 1 more skeleton should make it viable. Should make it a viable choice for both competitive and fun play. Again, we're gonna see how that affects it. You know, not really big. You know, 1 skeleton does sound like it's not enough, but you know, I'm gonna create that deck that makes the Skeleton Barrel very difficult to deal with in the next meta. But this is the card right here, the Lightning, man. I haven't seen the Lightning in so long after that radius nerf that they put on it a while ago. They're finally gonna increase the radius from 3 to 3.5. So all of you Golden Lightning beatdown users, you Giant Lightning, even Hog Lightning players out there, you guys are gonna be really excited about this one. Lightning has seen multiple adjustments in the past, reducing radius damage and crown tower damage. This increase in radius should help the Lightning This increase in radius should help make Lightning a viable choice for battling. Again, this is why you guys got to stay in college, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to read. Don't be like me. But either way, the Lightning will be able to take down a little bit more, you know. So they're going to have to make sure they space their cards out. If not, you'll get that tremendous value with the tower, maybe knocking down a troop and a building. So Lightning is sort of back. The Tornado, the duration is going from 2.5 seconds to 2 seconds. The DPS is going plus 21%. Sounds crazy, but really, it does affect the total damage by minus 3%. So while being difficult to master, the Tornado can be dominant when played well, slightly reducing its pull duration balances. Interactions against big pushes, aka these troops won't be immobilized for such a long time anymore. To compensate the pull reduction, damage per second will pack a bigger punch. And at it's got the example here. Tournament level Tornado will be able to kill skeletons and bats in 2 ticks rather than 3. So I think, in my opinion, that makes it stronger. It could have been weaker, I guess, you know, since it does hold them for longer, and let's say the Executioner has more time to take it down. But the damage per second does help out as well. I don't know. We're going to see how the Tornado gets affected. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but we will see what happens. The Magic Archer hits moving targets better. If you guys have ever played the Magic Archer, it's really, really bad at how it can just like sit there and just miss 1 troop over and over as it moves across the arena. But that's finally getting fixed. This is meant to address the situations where the Magic Archer couldn't hit spawning units from a Tombstone or the Goblin Hut, and you really need that Goblin Hut to be getting smacked down by the Magic Archer. Spells can now be played on the river. That wasn't a possibility before, so that might, you know, enhance the gameplay a little bit. And they fixed 4 different things right here as well. In rare cases, Cannon Cart was not being targeted after losing its shield, which would sometimes switch target while being locked onto a tower if spawning skeletons pushed her target out of range. That's actually a really good one sometimes. It helps you out if you're using the witch. She spawns a skeleton. Let's say they put like a minion horde over it after, you know, just trying to take your witch out, and then boom, the witch turns around and takes out the minion horde. It was pretty good. In rare cases, Sparky's hit would be reset if she's knocked out of range while charging. So Salad, yeah, your Sparky's not going to be randomly out charging itself from now on. You're going to be able to use the Sparky even more effectively. And the Hunter can now hit targets on top of him. That wasn't a possibility before. This is huge for the Hunter. Maybe he will now enter the meta. So this is a very big balance change. Haven't seen one this big in such a long time, so I'm really excited. Really excited to see the meta switch up a little bit as well, and for the balance update coming up, or not the balance update, the huge update for Clash Royale coming up soon. So the game is starting to look really good for the casual community. Once again, the pro scene is doing really well. We already know about that. That's going to be an awesome turn of events with CRL. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I should explain that a little bit more in another video. But the Clash Royale League is going to be starting up soon as well. So if you guys are excited for the Clash Royale future, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for some more future daily Clash Royale content. I hope you guys go on and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace!
This is
Exclusive.
Go! Go! Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.